Hello everybody, my name is Frost Panda and welcome to a brand new Minecraft series we are starting called Frostcraft. Now Frostcraft is basically my version of a forever world, but I don't really want to call it that, but yeah, it's kind of my forever world. So we've spawned off in this beautiful cherry grove here. I love the new cherry trees. We're gonna go exploring and we're gonna go figure out a good place to set up our base. The town over there, it's kind of a plains biome, which I really like. You know what? I kind of like this. So there's spawn right there, and I kind of like this surrounding area. We got a village right there. Let me go say hi to all my new slaves. I mean neighbors, my new neighbors. Watch their day-to-day lives over here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got the nice mountaintops, the cherry biome. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think this is actually where we're gonna settle down. Now I've kind of forgotten first day Minecraft stuff, so I think I need to go chop down a tree. And this. I know it looks like I just dug a little weird area, but this is where I'm going to put my crafting table. This is where we're going to start. So obviously I think the first thing we need to make would be a wooden pickaxe. And I got this red flower specifically because I really like in the early game having a red bed. Yeah, and just behind where we're going to have like our temporary arrangements and making a little mine here. We're just going to use this mine. That's going to be our mine all the way down to bedrock level. Alright, so we're officially on day one. I've broken my first shovel, and I think it's time we check out this village nearby and see what all they have to offer us. Oh, and I figure while we're here, we might as well fix this little leak they got going on. Yep, I can see your pipes were a little leaky, but I think I was able to fix that. Ooh, hay bales. I love hay bales. This is gonna be a good early source of food. I just forget how much stuff you actually have to collect in the early game. So much stuff I take for granted. Alright, so I've kind of decided I want everything on this y equals level 91. Kind of like I have over here, so I really need to shave away. I don't know why I decided this, but I decided I need to shave away like half this little mountain area right here. So it's going to take me a couple shovels. These stone shovels don't last long, but it'll be okay. We're just going to power through and we're going to get it done. Alright, so I've just finished terraforming a bit of this cliff here. As you can see, I kind of got where I want to start my mine. I'm going to have to terraform a little bit farther back and go that way. And I also left this random path here. You may be wondering what this is. Well, I'm probably going to put like a little basic tree farm here. So that's my idea for that pathway. And I just kind of wanted to mark out the area where I wanted it to be. That way I can just walk along the path. For now, I think the next thing we'll do, I got about 14.5 stacks of dirt from that, so maybe I'll like go maybe to this layer and I'll just cover up this big massive hole here. Alright, so we finished this hole here. It's 2 layers deep. I wanted to go 3, but I was kind of worried I was going to run out of dirt, but as you can see, I kind of had no reason to worry. I still have plenty of dirt left. So now I want to work on getting our iron farm set up, just because you always need iron in the early game, and this will get us over that hump, so to speak. Alright, so I've cleared out this spot where our iron farm is going to go. Now, I don't quite know who originally designed this iron farm. I've kind of just built it off memory at this point, so I'm not really sure, but I think it was made by ENDER. For now, what I need to work on is actually getting that iron. That way I can go create a villager breeder. Alright, so there's my house over there. I'm over here at these, I saw this like stony peaks. What is this biome? The stony shore biome. I'm at the stony shore biome, and typically in biomes like these, I find a little bit of iron, so I figured it would be worth a shot. I mean, I do see some like coal, which I very much need, and copper, which is, it's nice. You know, the recent updates have made it kind of better. But there is a little bit of iron over there, and I'm hoping if I go along this mountain over here, there should be some iron. Aha! And we found our first piece. And we'll grab coal too, just because early game coal is such a necessity. Alright, we got 6 pieces of iron, which is not a whole lot. I think we need a bare minimum of 8 to start the farm, because we need a bucket and a hopper. But we can at least get our bucket together, and then we will actually just go mining for the rest of it. I think I've taken all of the iron that is on those little hillsides, but I did get quite a bit of coal in addition to all that iron, so it was a pretty good success. So I've put a bucket of water down right here, and I'm just gonna kind of terraform this, and we're gonna make this into our starter carrot farm. So this is where our carrot farm is. It's at least the start of it. We only have 3 carrots right now, but you know what? I did kill a couple skeletons earlier. So we do have a little bit of bone meal. Alright, well, we got a couple more carrots out of this, so our carrot farm is well underway. That will help us make our villager breeder as well as have a stable source of food. So while I'm waiting for that to grow, I have my tree farm right here, and I think I'm gonna go over here, grab some wood and grab some saplings. Okay, so we got 9, actually we got 10 saplings. That'll make 10 right there. That's good enough for us to go ahead and start our little tree farm. We'll grow from there. Oh no, creepers. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Oh, there's the first death of the series. Of course, I was trying so hard not to die. I was so worried about the creeper in front of me. I didn't even think about the fact that there could be a creeper behind me. Alright, lucky for us, we were able to get our stuff back and go to sleep. We can see the sun rising. So hopefully no more creepers are on our way. And we've also kind of decorated the... Alright. We've also kind of decorated the... where the iron farm is going to be. We put some smooth stone around it. Now, if I can get that guy to stay right there, that would actually be very, very nice. He's mad at us. He is so mad. Ooh, and he's done for. He's done for. Yep, your anger is your downfall, buddy. You're done. And we got our first ender pearl and a grass block. Nice. You know, I've been carrying this hay bale around for so long, I could have been making myself food. So a lot of mobs have been coming out of this hole, and you can see there's currently just, there's a lot in there right now, and I think we need to go figure out what's going on. Alright, I think we found ourselves a spawner. Just from the looks of it right here, but it looks like it's a spider spawner, so I don't know how useful that is to me. Let's see what we got inside. Some bread, great, coal, horse armor, and a saddle. Ooh, I'll take that. Alright, that's the only chest. Yeah, we'll take the whole chest. Alright, we filled quite a bit of that in, but we need to fill in a bit more. For now, what I'm going to do is I can see that that tree's already kind of grown up, and I don't really want it to grow too high, so do I have cobblestone? Yes, I have cobblestone. What I'm going to do is come behind each one of these, pillar up 8 blocks, and then put a piece of cobblestone there. In fact, you know what? We might get a little bit fancier or a little bit nicer and do smooth stone instead. So here we have our basic early game tree farm, and it's pretty easy. The way it works is that there are blocks, 8 blocks above each tree, which just prevent it from growing too high. The trees themselves can still grow, they just can't get super tall because I hate chopping down tall trees. So that's really the only reason we have blocks above it. What I'll probably do is decorate this area a little bit, but for now I'll just leave it like this. It's our basic tree farm, and it looks kind of good. Alright, so while we're waiting on all that, I guess I will just go ahead, make myself a couple more shovels, and we're gonna go ahead and push this hill back just a couple more spaces. Alright, so we've finished terraforming. We've pushed back the mountain just a little bit more. Eventually we're gonna have to terraform all this to look nice, but for now, I mean, we've given our trees some breathing room, which is nice, but you can see our tree farm has actually been producing trees. And so I think it's time I just grab a couple saplings. I think I left them in a chest, and we're going to go ahead and cut them down. Awesome. So I can cut down all these trees now, and you can see these blocks above it prevented it from growing too tall. In fact, it just hit the top of the block and it didn't grow, and we're starting to get some saplings out of it. So I've got enough saplings to replant all these trees. Now I need to watch and make sure as these leaves decays that I get all the saplings I can, because I need to be able to replenish this farm. And while I'm gathering some saplings, I can see that our carrot farm is starting to produce some carrots, so that's quite nice. Well, after replanting our harvest, we got 16 carrots. That's enough for 2 more rows. Eventually, we'll have a full-fledged carrot farm here. And now while we wait on everything to kind of produce more, what we need to do is start working on something I've been putting off for a little bit now, and that is our mine. I have been kind of putting off doing this. I'm not really looking forward to going all the way down to bedrock, but I know that it needs to be done, especially if we want some diamond stuff anytime soon, if we want some iron stuff. So while we're waiting on all of this stuff to finish so we can make our iron farm, we can kill some time by working on this project. here we are, y equals -59, using only stone tools. We have made this massive mine. That, I feel like, is an accomplishment. Now, I did see some redstone, gold, diamonds. So, I did make myself my first iron pickaxe. You can see it here in the chat. Whenever I made it, I got the achievement. But, I have not used it yet. And that is exactly what I was saving it for. I wanted to finish this time lapse. I wanted to finish this mine before I went back through and I mined these little things that I found up. But now that I have found all of this, I feel like it is finally time for me to use this pickaxe. And we get to mine these goodies. Our first diamonds of the world. 6 diamonds, enough to make ourselves a diamond pickaxe, a diamond sword, whatever else we want. Not really whatever else we want, but to get, you know, just basic stuff. I'm finally to the top of this thing. And I have a small confession to make to you guys. So every so often, I'd have to pause the time lapse, come up here, drop off a load of my inventory, which is either some deep slate or some cobblestone. But while I was up here, I was secretly tending to the carrot farm. Oh, hey, it's a horse. So while I have been doing all this mining, this carrot farm has slowly been producing. So we now have enough. Not only are we having an entire field of carrots, but we have actually turned up a profit. We have 28 carrots left over. This means we can finally start on building our villager breeder. So I think we're gonna put the villager breeder over there. After we build this villager breeder, we can start building our iron farm, and we will really get going underway with our world as soon as we can do that. Right now, we're still very, very early game, but this will put us very solidly into the early game, I feel. So in order to make this village breeder, I'm gonna need a couple stacks of stone bricks, because that's my building block of choice. All right, so we've gotten some of the villager breeder made. This is gonna be the area where they farm for their food. And then over here, there's gonna be a little drop there with some trapdoors, making them think they can walk across. And then here will be a couple beds. And then that way, they'll just breed themselves. And then when they breed themselves at night, they'll try to sleep. The villagers will fall down here. And then they will go to a collection area where I can just minecart them out and over to wherever I need them. So that's the basic idea of this. But I need to build up this section, which shouldn't be too hard. And then we just need to go get some villagers, which is going to be so much fun. All right, I need lava, and unfortunately I didn't want to take from this big mountain, but it's the only source I can see near me, so I promise I'll replenish this eventually, one day. All right, so we have the villager breeder just about finished up here. You can see I have got all the carrots planted. I have beds here, and then the villagers are going to walk over here, and then at nighttime they're gonna walk over here trying to get into these beds. They're gonna fall into this hole. And then this hole leads up here, where for now I just had to dig myself up, but there will be a little system where I can dispense a minecart and it'll just pick them up and I can take them wherever I need to take them to. And then also over here, if I come over here, you can see I've began work on getting the iron farm pretty much ready to operate. I basically just need 3 villagers and a zombie. All right, let's see if we can lead these villagers over to our base. Okay, so we got our 2 villagers in here. Let me give them all the carrots I have left, and here soon they will start breeding up, and then eventually we will have some baby villagers. So one thing I almost forgot to do is put the water in the bottom of this and then take away this stairwell. Oh yeah. Nope, you're not getting out. All right, yeah. So there's our first little baby villager from this farm. Wow, that worked quick. All right, cool. So now we'll just wait till that gives us a couple more villagers. We'll put them all in here in the iron farm, get a zombie trapped underneath there, and we'll be set to go. We'll have an iron farm, we'll have a villager breeder, and we'll be able to start working our way towards the ender dragon. All right, while we're working on this to produce villagers, what I need to do is set up the system that allow us to automatically dispense minecarts and take our villagers wherever we need them to go. All right, so the automatic part of the villager breeder is done. Now this is a good time to say, besides these 2 farms, because I kind of build these off memory now, that the rest of the farms in this series are going to be completely my own designs. So it's going to get kind of wacky as we get into some bigger farms like shulker farms, different things. But I'll show you how this works real quick. is the villagers gather up right there, as those two villager little babies are. And then what happens is I can press this button and a minecart will come out. If I had some minecarts, I would show you, and it would pick up a little villager, and then it can just be taken to wherever I want it to go. And then this trapdoor just allows me to reach this dispenser and fill up the minecarts. But I have a very small problem, and that is I don't have enough minecarts. So if you look here, I only have 3 iron. I need 5 iron ingots for a single minecart. So I have to do a little bit of mining real quick and get just a couple of more iron so I can fill this thing up and we can start using it. And whenever I was up there grabbing the lava, I did not grab this iron because I thought that I wouldn't need it, but I need it now. So now I got to make the journey all the way back over there. All right, so we got enough iron for, oh, not a cauldron, 1 minecart. So once our villagers grow up, we will get them over here into the iron farm, and we will have a fully functioning iron farm, which will be amazing. All right, while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this dirt and we're gonna fill in this little bit of land right here. It's gonna be a big job, but I think we're up for it. Hey, so I've just come over here to check on them while I'm filling in that little plot of land over there. But they look like they have completely grown up, so let's just snag one of them. And that did not work at all. Okay. Oh, I am totally missing something. Hold on. So I totally believe the reason it wasn't working before is because I did not power these rails. Let me go put this piece of glass back and I'm going to test that theory. All right, so the glass is installed. Add in the minecart. Let's try it. There we have it. Perfect. All right, we have 2 villagers in here. Once we have 1 more and once the villagers have had a chance to sleep, I believe our iron farm should just start working. All right, I guess I'll just wait till this guy grows up. All right, finally, I've been waiting here for what feels like ages. One of them finally grew up. Let's go ahead and snatch him. All right, so I didn't close the top of this off and all of our villagers turned into zombie villagers. So we're gonna have to get new villagers again. And that means waiting at this farm for a lot longer. All of my stuff. No, don't let the villagers out, please, 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 please. Oh, you have no idea how painful this is. Alright, there's one dude here, but I'm not going to move him over to the iron farm until after I have all 3 villagers, because I do not want a repeat of what just happened. And with that, should finally have a working iron farm. Did that just work? Oh my goodness. It did work. 3 whole iron ingots. I just gotta pray that it keeps working. So now that we have a working iron farm, finally, it took me way too long to get all of these villagers in here. And it's starting to produce us a little bit of iron. What I'm gonna work on now is I'll probably carve out just this little section here and I'll start putting some villagers right here. Eventually we'll make this whole area look nice, but for now I'm gonna put some villagers into little slots in here that I can trade with. All right, so you can see here what I mean. This is just a very basic idea. So I'm gonna have villagers in each one of these little pods, and then from there I'll just be able to go up and I'll be able to trade with them. All right, so it's been about a week and a half since that last clip, and we are in 1.21.6, which is the Happy Ghast update. Now you can see everything kind of looks, it looks like the fog is taking over a bit, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but I'll let it try out its thing. I'll give it a fair chance, and then we'll see if we disable it later. And we can see our villager breeder is working wonderfully. So now all we need to do is go ahead, wait for some more villagers to grow up, put them into their holding cells, and then we can start trading and exploiting them for some emeralds. And now while we wait on all of this stuff to happen, with the Happy Ghast update having just dropped, I feel like we need to go get ourselves a Happy Ghast. Now, before we can actually get the Happy Ghast, there are a couple of small things we need. We're going to want to get a cow farm, and I believe, and I want to test this out, there's now sounds for leads, which is kind of interesting. But number 2, I think you can you lead animals together? Oops. Like, can I lead this animal to this animal? Okay, no, I cannot. And the leads look slightly different. Oh, that is so interesting. unfortunately for these cows, in order to craft a harness for the happy gas, you need leather. And so I'm taking these guys over to where they will eventually be slaughtered. I think right here is a good spot for now. Just fall in there. Yep. Alright, so before I go ahead and make a cow pen, I want to get a wheat farm going. So first of all, I need to pick a spot for the wheat farm, which I think is going to be like over here. And that will be the location for the wheat farm, right here next to the carrot farm. Alright, here's our wheat farm. Now all I have to do is make a cow farm right here, a little sheep farm maybe, and then we'll be able to get our happy gas harness, and then we'll go find some obsidian, get to the nether, and get our happy gas. Alright, come in here, come in here. Boom. Alright, thank you cows, I appreciate you. I'm sure you like your new home quite a bit better than this hole I dug. Alright, I have another grown-up villager, and I have a wide open spot for him. Do I have enough rails to get there? Alright, brother, if I'm gonna waste the rest of my emeralds on this trade, you better be good. I have 14 emeralds. Will that get me enough? Yes! Okay, he can trade iron for emeralds. I no longer have use of you. Yeah, and you don't even know what happened just next door. Everything is fine and dandy. You don't even know what you're in for, buddy. I pray for your sake that you trade iron for emeralds. Okay. Goated, goated, goated. Alright, so now I have 2 villagers. Both of them willing to accept iron for emeralds. I'm going to fill these up. These are, what? Toolsmiths, so I need to fill up these next 2 with armor smiths, and then we should be good. Alright, so we got our cow pen right there, and then this will, of course, be our sheep pen. This is a kidnapping. You're coming with me. Don't break my lead now. Don't break my lead. Did he just eat and run? That was wild. Alright, we have our cows, we have our sheep. It's time to go find some obsidian so we can get to the nether. Aha, I have found the lava pool. And I need some lava for something I promised I would do. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken now, we can craft our first happy gas harness. Oh my goodness, this is... I mean, I don't have a happy gas to put it on. I just crafted a harness. Oh, this is a monumental occasion. Okay, let's go to the nether and see if we can find ourselves a happy gas to use this thing on. Look, we've already used some of our nicely earned emeralds to upgrade our axe to an efficiency 2 and breaking 2 axe. Not bad. Alright, I'm a little bit nervous about this. Let me go put all of my valuable stuff in here, like my happy gas harness. I guess I'll put this stuff in here. And I guess now we'll go to the nether. We'll see if we can't find ourselves a happy gas. Alright, here is our nether spawn. Ah, that's better. Okay. Sorry, I had to disable that new fog in 1.21.6. I couldn't do it. Alright, so I believe to find a happy gas, we need to find a soul sand valley. Soul Sand Valley, finally. Oh, there's some bone blocks. Okay, now we just need to see if we can find a happy ghast anywhere. No way, wait. I already see one. Hold on. Hold up. If we can just staircase down or something. Wait a second, I see 2 happy ghasts. Okay. I have a beautiful, beautiful plan. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have a dried ghast. Hold on, I see another one I think he's over here, right? Yeah. Yep. Over here. How do I get down there? We're not gonna die if we fall from this height, right? I have 2 dried gasks. Okay. Oh, this is big. Look at this tunnel I made. Look at this path I made all the way over here once I saw this soul sand. That is crazy. I mean, I just bridged over here. I was like, I have to get a happy gas. I'm so glad I left myself this little torch trail so I knew exactly where I came from. Awesome. We are back at our nether portal. Alright, I guess we'll just take one of our dried gas. I don't really know where to do this at. I guess this is as good of a spot as any. Alright, this is the moment. I guess we'll just put this water on him. I don't quite know how this is supposed to work. I don't know if this was a good idea. I guess now do I just kind of leave bro here? So while we're waiting for bro to grow up, I'm just going to go ahead and get some more villagers put into here. I think this is the right job block anyways. Oh, there's my gasling. On, can I put the harness on him yet or no? Okay, not yet. I have to wait a little bit. Okay. Come here, brother. Yeah, I don't want you leaving this area. Oh, look at him. The sounds he makes are so cute. Hi, buddy. Brother, you're in my way. Okay, I can't be mad at you. You're right. Come here. Come here. Oh, let's go. Okay. Hey, what's going on, buddy? I see you grew up. Come here. Oh, my. Guys. I can't zoom out. Look at this dude. I am on top of this happy ghast. Brother is like a platform. Okay. How do I control him? Yeah, go down. Alright. Now let me get this lead back. Hey, wait, don't fly off without me. Hey, wait. Alright. I don't even know. Do I even need an elytra now? I mean, look at this. I mean, he's a little slow. Hello, everybody. I don't know why I said that. That's weird. Alright, I'm just going to lock myself in this box and stay right next to the iron farm and AFK for a couple days. And then we're going to see how much iron we get. Alright, it has been a couple of hours. Let's see what we got. So these guys have been getting tortured for the last, I don't know, 3-4 hours or something. Let me just check out. Yeah, okay, we're doing pretty good here. I think we'll be able to use some of this. Bro is tripping out. Oh, there's a cat there. I'm so sorry. Alright, here's what we need. No, we're only half dripped out in diamonds. Soon we'll be fully dripped out in diamonds. Now I probably have some of the most mid-tier enchantments you can get in Minecraft, but it doesn't matter because look at how shiny I am. And I think that's what really matters in Minecraft. It's not what the enchantments are, but how shiny your character becomes after you are wearing your armor. So we have Protection 2, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 1, Blast Protection 2 Chestplate, Fire Protection 2 Unbreaking 2 Leggings, Blast Protection 2 Unbreaking 3 Boots. So, not very good stuff. But it doesn't really matter because we're shiny. And we're in diamond gear, and that's really what matters here. Let's look at this. Alright, so I'm pretty low on iron, but now everyone here sells iron for emeralds. Most of them at a pretty good price, except for one guy who decided to jack up his prices for some reason. So we have 2 toolsmiths, 2 armors, and 2 weaponsmiths. So we're doing a pretty good job. We're gonna have kind of everything right now, and then we'll be able to go off and get the Ender Dragon defeated. Alright, now that we're all decked out in full iron armor and full iron tools, all that we really have to do now is go to the nether and get some ender pearls. So we have 2 here. We need, I don't know, I'm just gonna say we need 12 more. And we also need to get some blaze rods. I've heard this is the best biome in the nether to get enderman from. So I'm kind of a bit a ways from my portal, but I mean, it's really not too far in the grand scheme of things. So I think we should go and find some enderman. I now have 14 ender pearls plus the 2 back at the base. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm dead. Goodbye. Oh, that's so upsetting. Okay. Look at how far I am from my stuff. Oh, my word. Yep, here it is. Just wait till I see that enderman again. Then it's hand to hand. Yeah, you're done. You're done for, buddy. Alright, now I have 14 ender pearls plus the 2 back home. So a total of 16 ender pearls. Alright, so I have died more often than I want to admit in the nether already, and it's kind of embarrassing, but we have our 14 ender pearls and we need to go find a fortress. Now, I was smart enough this time with me. Okay. I was smart enough this time to bring a gold helmet, is what I was about to say. Alright, luckily we bridged over here. There is another fortress right here. We just have to figure out how we're gonna get to it. Alright, so I need to get right over there. And hello there. Oh, that was scary. Alright, I have successfully made it into the fortress. Alright, so now all I need to do is find a blaze spawner, and we should be good to start getting our blaze powder. Okay, I found it. Okay, all I need is 2 more blaze rods. Alright, I got my 2 blaze rods. I need to leave. Alright, but I need to track. How did I get here? Finally, our nether portal. Home sweet home. I've died like 3 or 4 times. I cannot tell you how good of a sight my nether portal is. Alright, here we are. 16 eyes of ender. Alright, so now I'm just working on the last thing I need, which is a infinity book for my bow, and then I will be good to go fight the ender dragon. It occurs to me there is one thing I have forgotten. And that is some sugarcane for some books. I have finally found infinity for 9 emeralds. Alright, we're buying that. With that purchase complete, wait, we need 1 arrow. I think we are entirely ready to go take on the ender dragon now. Now, what I'm going to do is bring this bucket of water and my other dried ghast. Where is he? Wait, what? There he is. Alright, now we're gonna go find the ender dragon. Don't fly away. Hey, don't fly. This is stupid. There goes my happy ghast. Okay, come here. Let's find out where the first eye points. Okay, this way it is. You know, I won't say this is the fastest method of travel, but at least it's better than trying to run all this. Yeah, we're just leaving our past behind us. Look at our house going farther and farther away into the distance. Oh, and it's being consumed by the void. Alright, so I was here about to end the episode, and I realized I made a big mistake. I did not record the ender dragon fight at all. Ah! Whoa. Where's my sword? So as I was saying, I'm gonna look up now. I did not record the ender dragon fight at all. And I do not know how much I did record, so I hope you enjoy this reenactment that I made of the ender dragon fight. Enjoy. Alright, we are totally doing this for the very first time. I'm ready. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. Alright. So if I look an Enderman in the eye, I'm pretty much done for. I'm pretty cooked. I'm not gonna lie to you. First try, let's go. Uh-oh. Please. I think we just have one more crystal and then we're good to go fight the dragon. Shouldn't be too hard, right? I think this is the last crystal. I could be entirely wrong. Alright, just a quick scan. I don't see any more of those. Now this dragon is going down. Bang! Oh, I missed. I'm not going to take any chances of getting flung off the edge, so I'm just going to stand here and hit him like this. And come on. Quit moving. I am not exactly known for my skills on the bow. I would just like that to be said. I almost shot myself, actually. Just a couple more. Okay. You're done. Oh, you're done. Stop! Please, what the Yes! We did it. We beat the Ender Dragon. Give me all the XP. All of it. Good lord, I forgot just how much XP you actually get from the first Ender Dragon fight. And then, of course, where did they go? There it is. Can't leave here without grabbing this. And then we'll just repair that as if that never happened. Awesome, we have the dragon egg. Let's go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reenactment. I can't believe I forgot to record that. I feel horrible about it, but make sure you stay tuned for episode 2. Can't wait to see you guys there.